All right. So we're back here on another Couch Coach Live, a special Couch Coach Live. And we're continuing our ninth annual Couch Coach Live NFL preview. We got our guy representing the Houston Texans, my guy, Matt from the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. What's going on?
Not much, but what's going on with it?
Not much, man. Same old. Hey, just continuing the previews and definitely appreciate the you have me on your podcast. So
It,
definitely
it
appreciate that
was fun. It
opportunity.
was fun to have you on, man.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. Yes, indeed. So let's talk about the Houston Texans. So, and obviously, uh, pretty much a fairly decent offseason, things that were going on. So, your thoughts on the offseason, and then also, what do you deem as your team's biggest acquisition?
Um, it it was like a, a new a new dawn, a new era. A dark cloud has left. We last couple of years the Texans have been in the media spotlight for not good reasons because of Deshaun Watson and his story. But all season recap, man, I think we did a great job. Nick Casario is doing what he did last year, and that's signing a lot of pieces for cheap. It worked out good last year, and he continued to do it this year. I have to say the biggest acquisition for the team, corner. Um, I think he's gonna fit well in the zone defense with Lovey. So I'm excited to see what he does with him and Desmond King and Stingley as the corners. So I have to go with Nelson as the biggest acquisition.
Cool. Okay. And like you said, obviously you talked about as far as the, pretty much essentially the, Deshaun Watson exit out of this team. So, like I said about that cloud is not, hanging around anymore. So now going into 2022, what do you deem as the Texans' biggest storyline heading into the season?
I would have to say Davis Mills. We got to see what he's a third round pick. A lot of his stats so far has measured up to Joe Burrow's rookie year. I mean, if you put them side by side, they're pretty similar. Besides the interceptions, the games played, the percentage, a lot of it is pretty close to each other. So you got to see what he does. I mean, is he the next coming of Joe Burrow and the franchise of the Texans, or is he the next David Carr and we got to see out the door pretty quickly? So I gotta say the biggest storyline heading into the season is Davis Mills. There's a lot of love and hate for this man, so it's gonna be an interesting one for him for sure.
Yeah, big time. So, what is the outlook on the Texas offense? Your thoughts?
It's gonna be a great outlook. We got a new offensive coordinator in Pep Hamilton. We let go of Tim Kelly, which all he did was run, screen. So now this is a different variable offense. It's the West Coast kind of. So it's gonna be interesting to see what. I mean, you saw some of it in the second half with Mills. They let him call the play calls last year. So we'll see where if it's any different from the end of last season. And I think it's going to be different too because he's actually going to try to get the run game with Marlon Mack, Rex Burkhead, and Damian Pierce. We amped the offensive line. We picked up Kenyon Green from Texas A&M. We got Can from the Jaguars. I know the Jaguars suck, but they have a pretty good run game. So I think you beef up the interior line, and you also got two great tackles out of Tunzel and Titus Howard coming back. So I think the offense looks good. The only thing I'm really kind of concerned is the wide receiver depth. We lost John Mechie to cancer. hopefully he gets that fixed up, and we see him next year. So our thoughts and prayers to him from the Texan fan battle. But when you got Brandon Cooks, I mean, guy has had 6 consecutive 1,000 yards with whoever's throwing the ball, he gets 1,000 yards. So, I mean, that's always a plus to have consistency. So, I think it looks good for us.
And definitely. So now what we'll do is we'll talk about the other side of the ball. Obviously, your thoughts and the outlook on the defense.
Last year, the defense impressed me. They were ranked top 5 in turnovers. Sadly, the offense didn't help them. They were on the field. I think they said 68% of the time. If you know anything about football, that just kills your defense. So I think this year is going to help them. We got some good people to help Gennard on the edge with Mario Anderson and Kevin Green. And I think we killed the draft. I think Chris Thomas is going to be Kristen Harris out of Alabama is going to be a great linebacker. They said that he has to be the fastest one they've seen so far. And you got Thomas Booker, Derek Stingley, and Petrie from Baylor. So we got a lot of good young players out of draft. And man, once you have Lovie Smith, it's hard not to be excited about defense. This guy just knows how to coach the defense. So I'm excited to see the turnovers and the sacks. The defense is going to be 10 times better than it was last year because they're not on the field 60% of the time, or at least I think they won't be. Who knows? The offense can lay an egg and they be on the field for 80% of the time.
Right. All right. So, and obviously, 17 game schedule. You look at the schedule. You got. I always say a game that's circled, but it could be 2 or 3 because we know in hindsight it's never always just one. So, maybe potentially 2, maybe 3 games that you got circled on the calendar this year.
Well, I'm gonna group 6 technically into one. I mean, always you gotta circle the rival games, the division games. You gotta circle the Colts, the Jaguars, and the Titans. Is always going to be a tough one. But looking into outside of the division, it depends too on Deshaun Watson's suspension. If he gets suspended, then this game really doesn't mean nothing. But if he doesn't get suspended, I think it means a lot to the city of Houston, the fans, and of course the team. Because I mean, if you think about it, this man he didn't play last year and quit on his whole team, and they're still there. So if Deshaun Watson's playing, you got to circle the Cleveland Browns coming in Houston. It's going to be a little hairy, It's kind of like watching the MTV Real World days, like something about to pop off. You know what I mean? So I gotta give that one. But you hate them, I hate them. You gotta circle the Dallas Cowboys game. It's the Governor's Cup. The I-45 battle. So that's always a good it's a good game. If you're not from Texas and you're not a Texans fan, you don't know the rivalry, but it's a good one. It's going to be a headbanger like always. So you got to go those routes.
Yeah, big time. So let's see. So to round out our preview, I always ask the $60 billion question. So in 2022, the Houston Texans will finish.
Oh, can I give you 2 predictions or just one?
Absolutely. Hey,
I say our ceiling is 8 and 9. But our floor is going to be 6 and 10. My prediction. I think we sweep the Jaguars, and we split with the Colts and Titans, and we at least beat one of the NFC East teams. Hopefully, it's the Commanders. No, I'm kidding. But I think we split with one of we at least win one of those games. We just played the NFC or the AFC West. Man, that's just a juggernaut division this year. I don't see many teams beating them. So except for the beating them each other in the division. So yeah, floor 6-10, ceiling 8-9.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll put a bow on the Texans preview. So definitely, before we head on out, social media, any upcoming projects, what you got?
I'll start off with projects we got right now. We are just previewing the teams we played for, and the teams we're playing. So check out. We got different people from. We had Tim Grunhard from the Chiefs. You came on for the Redskins, or I'm sorry, the Commanders. We had Jaguars future Hall of Famer Jimmy Smith come on for the Jaguars. So we're just having some amazing guests. So check out. We still got the Browns, the Colts. So make sure you check us out there. And on social media, you can find me and Matthew Briggs or A1 Day One Texans. You can also follow my co-host, my A1 Crenshaw at Fifth Word Crenshaw everywhere. And then you can follow the podcast at Texans Fan Battle Podcast everywhere.
Yes, indeed. Definitely appreciate you for coming on and previewing the Houston Texans. So we'll put a ball on this preview and we'll catch you guys on the next team. It's been Couch Coach Live.